Malachi 2. And now, O you priest, this commandment is for you. If you will not hear, and if you will not lay it to heart to give glory to my name, says the Lord of hosts, then I will send a curse upon you. And I will curse your blessings, yes. I have already turned them into curses, because you do not lay it to heart. Behold, I will rebuke your seed, and I will spread the dung from the festival offerings upon your faces, and you shall be taken away with it. And you shall know, recognize, and understand that I have sent this new decree to you priests to be my new covenant with the Levi, the priestly tribe, says the Lord of hosts. My covenant on part with Levi was to give him life and peace, because on his part of the reverent and worshipful fear with which the priest would revere me and stand in awe of my name. And the law of truth was in Levi's mouth, and unrighteousness was not found in his lips. He walked with me in peace and uprightness, and turned many away from iniquity. For the priest's lips should guard and keep pure knowledge of my law, and the people should seek, inquire for, and require instruction at their mouths, for they are the messengers of the Lord of hosts. But you have turned aside out of the way. You have caused many to stumble by your instruction in law. You have corrupted the covenant with me, says the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you despised and abased before all the people, inasmuch as you have not kept my ways, but have shown favoritism to persons in your administration of the law of God. Have we not all one Father? Has not one God created us? Why then do we deal faithlessly and treacherously against his brother, profaning the covenant of God with our fathers? Judah has been faithless and dealt treacherously, and an abomination has been committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah, that is, men, has profaned the holy sanctuary of the Lord which he loves, and has married the daughter of a foreign god, having divorced their Jewish wives of covenant. The Lord will cast out the tents of Jacob to the last man, those who do this evil thing, the master and the servant, or the pupil alike, even him who brings an offering to the Lord of hosts. And this you do with the double guilt. You cover the altar of the Lord with tears. You shed by your unoffending wives divorced by you, that you may take heathen wives, and you, your own weeping and crying out, because the Lord does not regard your offering anymore or accept it with favor at your hand. Yet you ask, why does he reject it? Because the Lord was witness to the covenant made at your marriage between you and the wife of your youth, against whom you have dealt treacherously, and to whom you were faithless. Yet she is your companion and the wife of your covenant, made by your marriage vows. And did not God make you and your wife one flesh? Did not one make you and preserve your spirit alive? And why did God make you two one? Because he sought a godly offspring from your union. Therefore take heed to yourselves, and let no one deal treacherously, and be faithless to the wife of their youth. For the Lord, the God of Israel, says, I hate divorce and marital separation, and him who covers his garment, or his wife, his garment, his wife, him who covers his wife with violence. The Lord hates divorce, separation, and men who are violent with their wives. Men, therefore keep a watch upon your spirit, that it may be led by my spirit, or controlled by my spirit, rather, that you deal not treacherously and faithlessly, with your marriage mates. You have wearied the Lord with your words, yet you say, in what way have we wearied him? You do it when your actions, you say, everyone who does evil is good in the sight of the Lord, and he delights in them. Or by asking, where is the God of justice? Behold, I send my messenger, and they shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord, the Messiah, whom you seek, will suddenly come to his temple. The messenger or angel of the covenant whom you desire, behold, they shall come, says the Lord of hosts. That was Jesus. But who can endure the day of his coming? And who can stand when he appears? For he is like a refiner's fire and like a fuller's soap. He will sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver, and he will purify the priests and the sons of Levi, and refine them like gold and silver, that they may offer to the Lord offerings in righteousness. Then will the offerings of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasing to the Lord, as in the days of old and as in ancient years. Then I will draw near to you for judgment. I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, against the false swearers, and against those who oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and who turn aside the temporary resident from his right, and fear not me, says the Lord of hosts. For I am the Lord, I do not change. That is why you, O sons of Jacob, are not consumed. Even from the days of your fathers, you have turned aside from my ordinances and have not kept them. Return to me, and I will return to you, says the Lord of hosts. But you say, how shall we return? Will a man rob or defraud God? Yet you rob and defraud me. But you say, in what way do we rob or defraud you? What way have we robbed or defrauded you? Sorry, Ellie's being something else right now. You have withheld your tithes and offerings. You are cursed with the curse, for you are robbing me, even this whole nation. Bring all the tithes, the whole tenth of your income into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. And prove me now by it, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven for you and pour out a blessing that there shall not be room enough to receive. I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground, neither shall your vine drop its fruit before the time in the field, says the Lord of hosts. And all nations shall call you happy and blessed, for you shall be a land of delight, says the Lord of hosts. Your words have been strong and hard against me, says the Lord. Yet you say, what have we spoken against you? You have said it is useless to serve God. And what profit is it if we keep his ordinances and walk gloomily and as if in mourning apparel before the Lord of hosts? And now we consider the proud and arrogant to be happy and favored. Evildoers are exalted and prosper, yes, and when they test God, they escape unpunished. Then those who feared the Lord talked to one another, and the Lord listened and heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before him of those who reverenced and worshipfully feared the Lord, and who thought on his name. And they shall be mine, says the Lord of hosts. In that day I will publicly recognize and openly declare them to be my jewels, my special possession, my peculiar treasure, and I will spare them as a man spares who serves his own son. To be continued.